You're watching When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong.
And I'm like half naked, so I
And you try to get gas with a food card?
I came here like I was gonna get gas with a food card. I mean,
What have you done tonight?
I don't know, but I think drugs might help me.
No, they ain't gonna help because they're burning you out. You in a pink robe and a dress in a gas station trying to get gas with a food card.
Are you recording me?
Hell yeah, I'm recording you.
Fuck you!
Why would I not want to record you? You can see what the hell you're doing? I'm gonna replay it to you so you can see. Swear to God.
As long as I can watch it. But I really am gonna do something on the food card, but I'm just not thinking it. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, and you're gonna stop.
Dude, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You were high as a kite on meth.
I wish I was.
Bullshit. You doing like 300 miles an hour.
Where you get that?
In a Hello Kitty robe trying to get gas with a food card.
Tell him to stop.
Stop. I got it. I got it. That's fine. I don't know where to
We're buds. We're buds. Come on.
You don't know.
Give me a big hug.
That's a case of AIDS in the making.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing, entertaining, delightful, great disciple content.
Tell me where the freak's at.
Hold up. Hey.
Let's see, Miss Valentine.
Yes, sir.
Would appear that you're claiming that the defendant, Miss Wright, is responsible for you being arrested pursuant to a false report, and she should be liable for the consequential damages and also for bail money that you were forced to put up as a result of the arrest.
Yes.
You deny liability, Miss Wright. You say not only should you not be liable to the plaintiff, she should be liable to you for stealing your automobile, putting tickets on that car that are in your name, and compromising your driving record,
That
right?
is correct.
You first, ma'am.
I am here because I have owned a Mazda 626 for the last 3.5 years. I have an issue with tickets. I am a ticket magnet. I have had multiple tickets on the car.
Anything from smile, you're on camera, to parking citations, right?
Yes. The car in question had caused me a lot of...
What is the vehicle?
The vehicle is in Miss Rakita Wright's possession.
Not where. What?
What is the vehicle? Mazda 626.
What year?
4-door, 93. The car was originally my car, has always been my car. I came to Rakita as a friend, and I asked her in the month of October if she would do a favor for me, put the car in her name, which would give me time
because it's
to pay the parking tickets.
Hold on. So you wanted the defendant to put the vehicle in her name, register the vehicle in her name, so effectively the citations would evaporate.
No, they wouldn't evaporate. I am currently on a payment plan with the Parking Citation Department.
Now.
And it would just, even then, and it was giving me time to actually pay all the tickets to avoid the car being towed or booted. So what I thought it was buying myself time to pay the tickets. The ticket was always owned and operated by myself. In October, Rakita and I went to the DMV. She put the car in her name. The car stayed in my possession until February 24th. On February 22nd, we were both at church. She pulled me to the side after church, and she began an altercation in front of the church.
Altercation?
Yeah, she started yelling with a friend of hers, calling me everything in front of the church but a child of God.
I would never do this in front of church.
Oh, yes,
I have
they
witness
would.
statements.
Oh, yes, you would. Ain't nothing new. Go ahead.
She continued to argue with me. I told her I'm not going to argue with you right out here in front of the church. You can call my phone and we can talk about it.
And I tried calling your phone.
She then said, I know what to do. Threatened to call the police. I left. It was my son's birthday. We went on about our day. 2 days later, I was doing as I normally do, got up, took my son to school. Right after I dropped him off at school, I was pulled over by the police department for driving a stolen vehicle that had been reported stolen the day before. So she reported the car stolen, knowing that its original intention for the car being in her name, the pretenses of the car was it never to be sold to her or given to her. She was supposedly doing me a favor. The very next day after she reported the car stolen, unbeknownst to me, I went down to the courthouse to take care of the ticket.
Heard that part.
No, I went down to the courthouse to take care of the ticket.
Oh, another one.
She's claiming that I admittedly got on the car while I was driving the car. I took care of that particular
while the car
ticket.
was stolen.
Go ahead.
So I was pulled over on the 26th at 10 a.m. I was arrested. She came to the site where they arrested me. I was sitting in the backseat of the car. Her and her girlfriend drove off with my car because she did show up on the scene. She is the rightful owner of the car. She did possess the pink slip to the car. But the pretenses that she reported the car stolen was all completely, absolutely false, and she did it with malice. I went to jail. I had to bail out of $2,000 for bail. The contents of the car that I've had for 3 years, I literally had a plethora of things in my car. I lived in my car.
Yes.
So there was a number of things.
Veritable home away from home.
My home away from home. I had people calling her while I was in the jail for the 7 hours that I was in jail, asking her to, if nothing else, please drop off the child's car seat. That never happened. So I've never seen the car again or any of the contents since she took the car on the 26th. I have had to borrow money from friends for bail money. I am out of a car. I'm out of the contents of the things that are inside of the car, and I'm in a pretty much worse position than I was before I even asked her to do any of this for me.
You made out a prima facie case, all right. Madam Defendant.
Okay, back in September, I bought the car from Chanel.
How much did you pay for it?
$1,450.
She never paid me anything for my car at any time.
$1,450 in cash.
How did
I
you
paid to
pay
Chanel in cash.
Cash?
Yes.
She did not pay me
Federal
anything in
Reserve
cash.
notes I gave her.
Federal Reserve, wait a minute.
Yes. Of course. Okay, so I bought the car from Chanel. Sometime around December, the car broke down. So I didn't have the money at the time.
Hold on, be quiet.
I'm sorry, excuse me.
I didn't.
You say the car was no longer in front of your friend's house.
Right, the car was no longer parked where I left the car. So I instantly assumed that maybe the car had been towed, you know, from the city of Oakland, being that it had been parked there for some amount of time.
Keep going.
So once I noticed that the car was missing, I called the Oakland Police Department to see if the car had been towed. So once they told me that the car had not been towed, I said then that I wanted to report my car stolen. So I had officers came out, and I made a stolen report. So that was February the 24th when I reported the car stolen. On the 26th,
February 24th?
Yes.
Just what was the date of the Smile You're On Candid camera picture?
It was January the 15th.
There you go. We need some of that Twilight Zone music.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
She takes off running. There was no incident. We never had any verbal conversation.
So she served a restraining order on you at church?
She served a restraining order on me at church.
The restraining order was never filed until after I was arrested.
The defendant in this case says the car she bought from the plaintiff broke down, then disappeared, so she reported it stolen. The situation led to some parking tickets and an argument with the plaintiff in front of their church. Let's take a look.
Go ahead.
Okay, so once I noticed that the car was missing, I did make the report. I assumed that the car had been towed because it was abandoned.
1 whole month and 20 days after it got taken, about 17 days after you found out there was the smile on the pole camera that took the picture, couple of days, 3 or 4 days left, less than that from the confrontation in the church parking lot. Keep going.
Okay, so the altercation actually taking place the day Chanel came to church and she served me with restraining order papers.
So, alrighty, keep going.
Okay, so once I was then served with the restraining order, I go up to Chanel, and this is when we have the altercation. I say to her, why are you serving me with this restraining order at church?
That is not true.
She takes off running. There was no incident. We never had any verbal conversation.
So she served a restraining order on you at church?
She served the restraining order on me at church.
The restraining order was never filed until after I was arrested. The restraining order was filed on the 2nd of March.
May I ask you both why you're here?
I'm here to be recompensed for everything that I am out because of her lies.
Why are you here? Look, let me tell you something. To evade the application of California law, you falsely and fraudulently transferred title to the defendant. And you want damages. That means you've got very dirty hands. You've perjured yourself very badly and claimed to have purchased this vehicle when you did not. Now, you two have confessed to some interesting felonies. Tonight, both of you have fun getting back to the Bay Area.